Howdy, hi everybody. Welcome to another Danganronpa Antebellum lockdown video. And today we are going to be getting to the favorite part, my favorite part of this game. The trials, the class trials. I'm not really sure if they're going to have any more unique mini games or anything like that, but I'm pretty damn excited. So let's get on with it.
Usually I'd begin with a simple explanation of the trial, but considering Amelia just gave you the rundown, I don't dilly-dally too long. I ought to mention that unless whoever found it specified they wanted to withhold it, I've made all evidence public. You've all got a handy little list. Aren't I helpful? Just know the clock is ticking, and if you're unable to come to a consensus by the time it's up, then it's game over. Let the trial of who killed prisoner 11, Mint Burn, commence!
Okay. Deep breaths. I really don't want to die. Not before erasing my browser history first.
Pretty sure the government already confiscated that.
That's your main concern here?
We don't got a lot of time. We ought to focus on the important stuff right now. I'm just struggling to think where to start.
Alright, people, strap in and listen up. First and foremost, we need to establish how Mint died.
Didn't Lori already figure that out?
My autopsy covered the state the body was in, not how it got into that state. Although, there's only a certain amount of ways the body could end up like that.
Like poisoning.
Yeah, no shot. It's not like he was stabbed to death.
Still, dying in front of us all like that, it just felt so sudden.
1 minute he was talking with the rest of us, and the next minute it was like a soul just left his body.
Well, that stuff doesn't happen magically,
Takiko, you seem
kid.
so fake right now, bro.
I doubt it was all that peaceful.
Then what did it? So many questions, but so few answers. We'll get nowhere like this.
Okay. Oh shoot, I should have read that. Yeah, let's review the bullets. Drinking record, we already know that. Dracul, good thing I played this freaking... Good thing I did a recording of the actual investigation like 30 minutes ago. Pretty sure Dracul's account is that he heard some knocking at Alora's door. Maiko's account is what she was doing at the time of her birthday. Fullway Todos is what everyone was doing at the time of the birthday. That's just a red herring. Someone could have possibly poisoned, whatchamacallit, Mint's thing with cyanide. Zeke's account is what Mint was doing once he was, intoxicated. Cyanide bottle is emptied. White powder. I'm not elaborating any further on that. Alora's account is exactly how the thing went down with Taka and Sugi. Taka's account is another rendition, but slightly altered of Alora's account. Asuka's wound is a stab wound, and Mint's body is, well, it seems like he's got like brain damage and stuff like that. But we're good now. That's how we made start.
His muscles were inflamed, his lungs compromised. There were even signs of brain failure, though symptoms seemed to indicate this wasn't a rapid decline. More of a gradual deterioration.
Yeah, I should have read on how to change bullets.
I just don't know how we can figure it out.
Is there like a difficulty setting? Hold on.
It's all so strange. There's no sign of what could have happened to him. He just dropped dead.
No, that's wrong.
Huh? Did I mess up already? Did I say something wrong? I'm sorry.
Sorry, y'all, just giving me a second. Q and E. That's how I can change the bullets. Okay. No, that's my VPN. No, no, no.
There is a sign of what could have happened to him. Dr. Elenius' assessment of his body.
Give me a second, y'all. There's gonna be a weird
died from
cut.
a mixture of brain and respiratory failure.
Gonna be a whole weird cut. I better cut this out. You know, open up my freaking VPN. Alright, that's over.
If you pair that with the muscle contractions, it seems like Mint's body shut down from the inside. So his cause of death was likely some kind of poisoning.
That's sort of vague, kid. Poisoning doesn't narrow it down all that much. Water poisoning and lead poisoning are both poisonings, but have very different effects. And alcohol poisoning, that's just a sign of a good night out.
True, but it gives us a starting point to work from. If we're able to narrow down what poisons were available, then we can match them to the autopsy to figure out what kind of poisoning it was.
But the whole prison is stocked full of medications, gases, and who knows what that could have been used to poison him. How on earth are we gonna narrow that down in the short amount of time we've got? Especially when none of us are exactly, you know, the ultimate poison expert or whatever.
Shoot, we had one, but he's dead.
I know my stuff.
Of course you do.
A lot of the murder seems fairly meticulously planned. I believe the murderer timed the poisoning so Mint would die precisely at breakfast.
Why would they want to do that? That's majorly messed up. I don't think anyone here would want everyone to see someone die in front of them.
To shock, maybe? Distract us? It certainly did throw us off the investigation.
Delaying the poisoning likely helped obscure the cause of death. Even if just slightly.
Either way, it's clear the killer had a fairly comprehensive knowledge of the poison they used. And I doubt many of us are experts on obscure poisons. Aside from Dr. Elenius, perhaps. That's not an accusation, just an observation. I don't mean any offense.
None taken.
If that's the case, unless Lori is the killer, it's likely a more commonly known poison was used.
If only there was an extremely well-known poison discarded right at the scene of the crime. Oh, wait!
That bottle of cyanide!
Oh my god, that's crazy!
That does seem mega sus. Looks like we found our poison. Great job, team. Round of applause for everyone.
Huh. But how would they have poisoned him with it? It's got such a distinctive smell. I feel like you'd pick up something was funny with it.
Right. You'd have to slip them into some sort of food or something, drown out the smell and taste.
But it can't have been the party food. All of us ate that. Why would only Mint be poisoned?
Perhaps we've developed an immunity. I'm sure if you consume enough poison, then you'd be able to withstand it. Aha! I've got it! Maybe we should all start microdosing on cyanide. Then none of us could ever die of it again.
No. No. That's not how it works.
Maybe it was only something Mint ate at the party?
Alright, I just realized something about the investigation. We never got a mono-neco file at all, or anything. Like, we never got a file. We never got a file.
True, the killer could have just poisoned one small item at the party and
that
it's just
cripples the
person who happened
case.
to eat it. They could have not had a set victim in mind, might have not cared who they killed. If anything, randomizing the process would help them obscure their identity by disconnecting the crime from any sort of interpersonal bullshit.
Would you be able to live with yourself if you accidentally killed someone kind, though? Or one of your friends?
I doubt it was at the party. Cyanide is
This killer probably
incredibly
doesn't care.
strong.
We'll try one
If he
killer's like
consumed it at the party, he likely would have died earlier.
We all love Kaede, right?
What the hell was poisoned with the cyanide?
I've got it! The breakfast.
Huh? What?
We had all gathered that morning to have breakfast.
Yeah, no, this first trial's a little bit
Breakfast
too
was
easy, bro.
poisoned
Why are
with
you reacting
cyanide.
like this?
Then wouldn't that explain how quickly he died?
Not to mention, the breakfast reeked of almonds this morning. Surefire sign of cyanide contamination.
Our breakfast? It was... Oh no. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to. I'm sorry, just execute me right now.
Whoa, slow down there, Mai. No one was accusing you yet.
Well, I don't think it's the case, but we can't rule it out.
Are you serious?
All of the evidence points to the breakfast being contaminated with cyanide.
Right, yes, but we just talked about how it couldn't have been the party food that poisoned him because everyone else would have shown signs of poisoning too. I don't mean to sound rude, but it doesn't make sense to me.
I don't know, it makes sense if you kind of poison it, Takiko.
Not to mention, we hadn't even started eating breakfast that morning.
You don't know that.
Right. Micah was waiting for everyone else to arrive before serving it.
Yeah. It was really fucking annoying. I was starving.
But if that breakfast really was poisoned, then if we had eaten it, then all of us...
Huh? Wait, does that mean I saved everyone?
Huh. Guess it does in a way. We should probably thank you.
I'm just glad we all ended up okay. That would have been super not good.
Now if I was stupid, I'd be like, oh, it's just a ruse to make us get you trashed.
Tell me about it. The only thing worse than one dead body is 12 dead bodies.
Yeah.
You really believe someone was trying to get us all killed?
I mean, there was that little pact.
Well, if that freaky-ass suicide pact has anything to do with it.
Would have been one hell of a way to end the game, huh? Good theatrics. Very extra, very thematic, just a bit too early in the game for that kind of nonsense. Don't you think? If you're breaking down this badly over the first motive, I don't know how you're gonna handle the rest of this.
What could possibly be in the second chapter,
As
bro?
much as I hate to say it, unless this was specifically a red herring the killer planted, I don't think this all bears much relevance to the case. Unless Mint had breakfast earlier, which I doubt as no food appeared to be missing, there's no way he died from consuming the tainted breakfast.
You might be right. The autopsy doesn't exactly align perfectly with the key signs of cyanide poisoning either.
So it was someone else's plan, separate from Mint's murder.
Even if it ain't got much relevance to the case, I'd rather figure out who did it sooner rather than later. I don't give a shit if you decide to throw your life away and kill yourself here. Just don't decide you can take me with you.
Takiko, Asuga, and Maiko were the ones preparing breakfast each morning. So naturally, they'd have the best chance to do it.
Those three? Hold on, no way! They're all way too nice!
Didn't know we had rats in the fucking kitchen.
Huh? I didn't! No, hold on! I wouldn't want to hurt everyone like that!
Sugi wouldn't do that. There's no way, Jose. That's the exact opposite of what she stands for.
You know, she's so keen on sharing everything equally and being fair. I wonder if sharing death is a part of that.
Hey, hold on, it ain't like that. Not at all. Isn't that a bit of a leap to make here? How on earth are you trying to prove I'd want to kill everyone by pointing out I'm considerate and care about people? Are you stupid?
You commie types always get extreme with it. Always pushes a line.
Ah, yes. The extreme dangers of kindness and equality. Truly, what has our society come to?
Do I need to remind you that she was stabbed and stuck in an infirmary all night? Sugi is the one person here who couldn't have done it.
So, wait. What? It's either you or Maiko who could have done it?
I'm sorry, please don't kill me!
It could have been anyone. I wish we had a clear-cut answer, but I anticipated people would be hungover this morning, so we prepped the breakfast in advance before the party. Just so we wouldn't have to worry about it the next day. Sugi can back me up here.
Right. We did it after we made Maiko's cake together.
You guys cooked together and you didn't invite me?
It was to make your birthday cake. We didn't want to ruin the surprise.
Either way, we popped the breakfast in the fridge after that. Anyone could have come in yesterday afternoon and tainted it. There's no way me or Sugi could have poisoned it without the other noticing.
Huh. It really could be anyone.
Alright. I can already see the closing argument right over here. you're gonna see like an image of Suki standing in the way of Taka as Takiko goes to stab him. And there's like, yeah, my bad, Suki, we're kind of friends, not gonna lie. Actually, you did see me poisoned earlier too, didn't you? I mean, we're probably good, right? You know, we're good.
So that's a loose end for now.
I suppose it doesn't matter too much. It doesn't seem too relevant to this case.
It still would be good to know. I don't want some freak around here walking about freely thinking I want to be part of their dumbass suicide pact.
We can always discuss it after the trial.
I am curious though. What would happen if someone committed suicide? Would we still have a trial? I mean, it's not like there's any killer left to punish.
Mononeko?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. If someone decided to pussy out and kick the bucket, which, like, you shouldn't, because it's super boring for the viewers,
Unless you're Nagito Komaeda.
then we wouldn't have a trial. Once the body was found, we'd inform you it was a suicide and let you continue your life in the prison as normal.
I see. That's kind of sad. It would feel like your death meant nothing.
If you didn't see any value in keeping it, why should we value it?
I don't know. I just like the idea of people still thinking about me after I die.
Don't tell me. You're one of those people who fantasize about attending your own funeral to see what people are saying.
Well, I'd want to make sure they aren't saying mean things.
Oh, that's a lot to unpack.
Then keep living life to make sure they've got nothing bad to say.
Similarly, if you die of anything other than murder, like sickness, starvation, succumbing to injuries 3 or more days after they were inflicted, you won't get a trial either. We'll just get rid of your body and move on.
Succumbing to injuries 3 or more days after you're afflicted. That seems very specific.
Wait, but what if that stuff was directly caused by another prisoner?
Will there really be no justice for that?
If you want to take it into your own hands and do some vigilante justice and make cause for a real trial, be my guest. I can't exactly stop you if you commit suicide, but it would be a shame if one of you decided to just kick the bucket as soon as you got a corrupt vote. At least let us broadcast your misery.
Oh, that's...
As morbid as that was, I suppose that rules out one possibility. If Mint killed himself, we wouldn't be having this trial right now.
Which leaves us with 11 suspects, a dead lead, and no idea what Mint was poisoned with.
Well, let's try and see what other substances could have been used to poison Mint. See if they're any more valid.
Well, there's that white powder for the medicine storage.
Ah, right. The mysterious poison.
Asterisk gasp, asterisk dash! The mysterious poison!
Right, that.
I wasn't able to take a look at it and identify it. I apologize. I was focused on the body.
I really don't think it needs identifying.
Unlike cyanide, it could have been a more slow-acting poison. It's possible the killer drugged Mint with it during the party.
Hey, hang on. 2 people went into the medicine storage during the party, didn't they?
I've got it! Zeke, Lyra, you two weren't present for the first half of the party, weren't you? Were you in the medicine storage by any chance?
Yeah, we were. What about it? Just because we were in the room doesn't mean we had anything to do with it. Anyone could have gone to it after the party and gotten whatever shit they wanted.
You two had the best opportunity out of all of us here.
We were both in there together. It doesn't seem like much of a golden opportunity to me. If one of us took something, then the other would have seen.
Mononeko, out of curiosity, what would you do if 2 people killed someone at the same time? Is it possible for people to work together on a murder?
Damn. That timing would have to be pretty precise. I've only really thought about what we'd do if 2 people killed around the same point. In that case, we'd only count the murder that was done first for the trial, and the other killer would get off scot-free. But I guess if 2 people somehow killed the same person at the same time, they'd both be the killer. They'd both get executed if they were caught, or both get to go free if they got away with it.
What the hell are you suggesting? You can't seriously think I killed Mint. He was...
We know. We know.
Was...
Even if you put the fact that Zeke would have literally killed anyone else here, including me, before he even thought about hurting Mint aside, Logistically, how would we even create a situation where the two of us both poisoned Mint and both became the killer?
True. Then, what exactly were you doing in the medicine storage? What was that substance?
Well, I mean, I don't really want to tell you, but it's not gonna help anyone if I keep it hidden. There's like no way you can have a fun party with only 3 drinks. No offense. So I thought I'd go and get myself a little more buzzed in my own time. Zeke wanted to join, and you know, I'm not one to say no. If someone wants to do something, who am I to stop them? So I kinda maybe sorta crushed up a load of painkillers and Prozac and did some lines of them with Zeke.
You told me it was crack!
Why the hell would I waste crack on you? That shit's expensive!
And you would know that how exactly?
Sorry, didn't mean to drive away your potential customers.
You guys did drugs at my birthday party? Oh, no. That's so nice. Oh, that's fine.
Huh. Guess that tracks as to why Zeke was so buzzed even with the drinking record saying he was sober.
His behavior at the party should have been a good enough indicator that I'm not lying.
I don't know why on earth you thought that was a smart idea in a killing game.
Yeah, I'm the worst. You can get pissy with me later. Right now, I think we should focus on the actual murder case.
Wait, I don't get it. Zeke was definitely messed up. But if you did them together, then why did you seem perfectly sober?
Especially when you'd already had 3 drinks. It doesn't really track.
I'm just less of a lightweight. I've got better tolerance for that stuff.
She's developed an immunity! See? I told you it would work!
Stop trying to get us to microdose on cyanide. It's a horrible idea.
But if the cyanide isn't connected to the case at all, and the white powder isn't really all that poisonous, then what other substances are left that Mint could have been poisoned with?
I'm not entirely sure. I think we might be at a bit of a dead end. We might have just wasted more time.
Just one moment!
Oh!
Do not fret. We haven't entirely wasted time. I believe there's one substance we've neglected to mention. One that might just be it.
Yo, I'm straight cheesing, bro. I'm straight cheesing. Very smiling.
Dr. Elenius, I don't mean to doubt your judgment, but we followed all the leads we can.
There's one possibility we've neglected to mention. But do not worry. Just listen closely. I'm here to help.
Is this gonna be a Danganronpa another 2? Doki Doki Deliberation. Why are you sorry for this minigame? What the? Oh yeah. Oh my god. Oh my
what
god.
a mystery we have on our hands.
Oh
The
my god.
poison is unlikely to be something obscure or hard to locate within the prison. I doubt any Nyan would know how to use most toxins to their advantage.
Listen, I like Alora. But why do you have to do this for her?
It must have also been something that would be easy to pick up or find in the prison without too much of a search.
Whose idea was this?
After all, if they weren't able to pick it up covertly, or had to spend an extended amount of time looking for it, then the killer would have been caught.
Why?
In short, this poison must have been... Good. That's right. Very sugoi.
I'm skipping all of this. I'm actually skipping all this. I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear this.
Now, alongside being easily accessible to the killer, not to insult anyone's intelligence here, I just doubt any Nyan has an insight. If you did, that would be... But, considering that it must have been widely known about, it's most... Pay attention.
My bad.
Now, not... But... You're smarter than Just a little longer. So the poison used must have been a widely used household item, easily available to any Nyan within the prison. But it must have not been
Like, you can't
too
make me
strong.
take this serious, bro.
Given how Mint's body
She's
indicates
blushing at the
his
top
death was a
right.
slow decline,
Y'all, look at my cursor.
as opposed to
Oh.
a rapid shutdown. It's likely the poison is something harmful to humans after long-term exposure, but fairly harmless in the short term. What is something we specifically made available in the prison that fits that criteria? And thus, we have our answer.
What on earth was that?
Let's never speak of that again.
No, seriously, how do...
But yes, it's likely the rat poison was used in the murder.
The one you created?
Unfortunately, it appears that is the case. The type I manufactured, strychnine, is incredibly effective as a rat poison. That unfortunately comes with the caveat that only a small amount of it is required to cause serious effects. Effects such as muscle soreness and spasms, fatigue, respiratory issues, and brain damage.
The exact symptoms Mint showed.
Shit. It does line up perfectly.
Plus, we scattered that stuff all over the canteen. Anyone could have picked up a whole bunch.
Wait! Those forbidden fruity pebbles?
The what?
The little red pebbles Lori made. They looked so good. But apparently, I couldn't have a taste because they were poisonous and would kill me, blah blah blah. People hate me having fun. If I'm not meant to eat them, why do they look so nice?
Are you a rat, Crody?
I told you before, even if you did manage to consume them safely, they're entirely tasteless, so you wouldn't get any enjoyment out of them.
Wait, so they're entirely tasteless?
Yes, odorless too.
So they could have been slipped into anything without Mint being clued in. He'd be none the wiser.
You're right. Seems we found our poison.
Even with it being completely tasteless, I doubt he directly consumed them. That would have been sure to kill him in 20 to 30 minutes.
Maybe someone slipped it into his coffee or something? I know we didn't eat breakfast, but some of you grabbed coffee, right?
He didn't drink coffee. Was worried about what the caffeine would do to his body.
I offered him some, but he didn't want it.
Did you guys eat or drink anything else that morning?
Hey, Pigtails was handing out those water and painkillers, right?
Yeah, of course. I figured everyone would be hungover, so I got them ready for when people would wake up.
It wouldn't be all that hard to slip out a painkiller for one of those little rat poison pellets, would it?
What are you implying?
You're smart. You can figure it out.
Hey, hold on! What reason would she have to even do that? Her sister was already chosen. She had no reason to kill.
You don't know that.
Unless she wanted to get revenge.
She did seem a little off after her sister was picked.
She was talking about some, yeah, they'll obey. They will obey. All will obey.
No shit, she seemed off. Anyone would be after seeing someone they care about
No,
having
no,
their
no.
life
She
uprooted.
genuinely had a different trauma response.
Just like you and Kellum.
Oh, I know I'm not catching strays from put Coda in. Do it. Me and Takiko are totally different situations.
Right? It's different with sisters.
Right.
But then why'd she go for Minty? He was more than willing to put us hostage in.
Well, I ain't hearing any other way he could have been poisoned.
It's very possible. Dracul's account. What's that Dracul's account?
I've got it! Takiko couldn't have swapped out the painkillers like that, since Mint wouldn't have taken one from her in the first place. Mint wasn't hungover. He didn't drink anything. The drinking record proves it.
Damn right. He was against the whole thing altogether.
Exactly. I gave Zeke a painkiller, sure, but I didn't even think about offering Mint one. I didn't think he needed it.
Okay, so we ruled out the painkillers being swapped out. What else could have done it?
Once again, I think it's unlikely Mint ingested the rat poison. It's likely he was exposed to it in another way.
Guess the question remains how. It's kinda hard to think of a way he could have been exposed to it for so long that wouldn't have gotten the rest of us exposed and poisoned too.
Y'all said bless you, right?
Hard,
Right.
not impossible.
All this over the fact that literally he has a mask. We all know what it is. Cat's gonna Hangman's Gambit, that's what it is. I only have 37 seconds to do this. Hey! Spay it out with me, guys. A, I'm S. M-A-S-K!
I have my answer. The killer must have slipped the rat poison into Mint's mask.
Huh? What? How would that even work? Did it have a secret pocket or something? Wouldn't all the pebbles just fall out?
It did have a secret pocket, in a sense. Mint had a part of his mask he could slip lavender and other herbs into, sort of like a plague doctor mask. He used it to help himself calm down.
Oh! How cool! That's just so delightful!
The killer could have slipped the rat poison into there. That way, he would have been constantly breathing it in. That would be enough exposure to cause his death, right?
But who had that information?
In such close proximity. Perhaps. But it would take a few hours.
The lavender and other herbs would have probably helped hide the rat poison too. He was likely none the wiser.
Still, it's a morbidly effective method. The more stressed or anxious he got, the more he'd use his mask. Meaning the more he'd be breathing it in and the more symptoms would manifest, which would just lead him to rely on the mask more to try to help him feel better, unaware it's the very thing hurting him.
Shut up.
If you think about it, the killer sort of did to him what Mint was doing to his dad, slowly letting him deteriorate. It's like they wanted the murder to have a cruel sense of irony to it. It's awful to think about.
Oh, that's sick.
So, if that's the method the killer used, it must have taken a good few hours. Meaning it couldn't have been done at breakfast.
Right. The killer must have slipped the poison into his mask. I've got it! It must have happened last night, sometime around or after the party.
Right. They likely planned it in advance to intentionally muddle alibis by delaying the time of death.
At least now we know the methods the killer used. Not to mention we've got a vague idea of the time of the poisoning.
Well then, we ought to start figuring out where the hell everyone was last night. Figure out what you could have gotten the chance to do it.
Right. There's something I wanted to be cleared up about last night. Dr. Elenius, why exactly did you lie earlier?
I'm unsure what you're referring to, Kutsuki.
You told us that Taka came to your cell to tell you Asuka had gotten attacked, but Taka clearly said he never left Asuka's side after the stabbing. You saw the assailant, didn't you? They're the one that came to your cell.
Wait, you know who tried to kill someone last night and you've been keeping it hush-hush? What? Why the hell would you want to protect the identity of someone like that? Why would you cover for someone who's clearly willing to kill someone when we're looking for a murderer?
You told Taka to lie about it as well, didn't you?
Very well. I concede. I did ask Takahiro to stay quiet about the assailant's identity.
But we had to stay quiet so you'd be able to help Sugi! That was the deal! You had to follow it too!
I lied. The assailant gave me no such instruction. That was wrong. I know. But I assure you, I was intending to inform everyone of his identity after the trial. I just knew it was unlikely he'd be Mint's killer after getting caught attempting to commit a murder yesterday. I assumed if I raised his actions within the trial, everyone would focus on him instead of attempting to find the actual killer. Perhaps it was wrong of me to lie. I just knew there was a time limit on this trial, and I didn't want to risk too much time being wasted on threads unconnected to the case.
Hold on. Are you calling us stupid?
We all have our own talents.
Can you at least tell us who it is now? It could help us figure out where people were last night.
Of course. It was...
Fu! Fu! It was Fu Wang! That rat bastard! It was him! He hurt Sugi! He tried to kill me!
Thank you, Takahiro.
Of course. I shouldn't even be surprised.
What? Why on earth would you do something like that? Why would you try to kill someone?
To get out. Obviously. It's that simple.
So this allegation is true? You're not denying you attacked Takahiro?
Why'd I deny it? That just wastes everyone's time.
Whore!
What?
I'm bringing out all the worst words I know that won't get me cancelled for you. It's what you deserve. It's all you're going to get out of me after what you did to us.
Exactly! You could have killed Taka!
Wait, we actually care about Taka now?
Or Sugi. How on earth can you possibly be so calm about this?
Don't look so surprised. I told you before. I'm only interested in myself. Of course I was gonna try and bash someone's head in. We only had a few days till we had no choice but to vote and get Tion hurt. Any man would have done it for his daughter. And when I saw Blondie leaving the party on his own, slightly wasted, with no one else noticing, well, any good businessman knows when to take a good opportunity, don't they?
Jesus fucking Christ, what?
I don't know why you're so upset. It's not like I killed someone.
You tried to stab someone.
Yeah, you almost got me killed.
Details.
I don't appreciate the fact that I was almost unalived is being treated as a fine print here.
Unalived? What in the ever-living hell does that...
So, hold on. What exactly happened between you lot last night?
I'd like the details too. It ain't fun losing so much blood. Your memory gets all fuzzy. All I can really remember is Taka. He didn't leave my side once.
Well, it all started shortly after I left the party.
Right, after your argument with Asuka.
I was wandering around for a bit. As I said before, sulking, all very dramatic. When, out of nowhere, he approached. He reeked of alcohol. It was super bad. You could get secondhand drunk off of his fumes. It was so bad, I noticed that before I noticed the knife in his hand. Is that you? What happened?
Hey, kid.
Can't you see I'm trying to be alone? It's my sulking hours. They've taken everything from me. At least let me have my feelings without finding a problem with it.
I've just been thinking. What do you reckon happens after we die, kid?
Huh?
I'm just curious. I think about it a lot.
Well, I try not to think about dying. No use thinking about something that won't happen anytime soon.
Is that so?
Why do you ask?
Here I was, thinking I could frame your death as a suicide. You don't got much left after all. Damn it. You really had to go and make things harder for me, didn't you?
Wait. What are you saying? What's that in your pan, Fu? Hey.
Dog.
No.
Your survival instincts run. You can run.
Hold on. I'm not ready.
It's nothing personal, kid.
I don't want to die. I don't. Get away.
I can't let her get hurt.
He lunged at me. I closed my eyes. I was freaking out. I tried to get away, but he grabbed my arm. I didn't want to die. Not like that. but I couldn't help but feel like maybe I deserved it. I just regretted how things ended between me and Sugi. And I didn't want to die if no one was watching. But even if it wasn't in the way I imagined, someone was watching. And they jumped in the way.
Taka!
She jumped in just like that. I'd never seen someone run so fast, without a care for their own safety. Complete lack of self-preservation.
I don't even know why I did it. I was angry at Taka. I didn't want to speak to him, let alone save him. Every time I looked at him, I just saw a stranger. His crime, it didn't line up with the Taka I knew. I felt guilty for ever being his friend, for being kind to someone like that. I felt mad at myself for missing someone that I wasn't sure even existed. But still, I guess, even if I hate him, even if what he did was awful, there was a silly part of me that wanted to hope my friend was in there, that there was some good part left of Taka, a part of him that would be worth saving, a part of him I wanted to see again. I really am an idiot.
When I saw her getting hurt, I couldn't continue with it. I guess she caught me off guard, threw me off. I helped Taka get them to the infirmary after that, then left to get help.
That's when you knocked on my cell, no?
That must have been who I heard next door last night.
Right. It's a good thing you agreed to help.
If I hadn't, then she would have died. You realize that, don't you, Wang? Even if your attempt failed and was done while heavily intoxicated, you still tried to take Takahiro's life. St. Teal wouldn't have survived without my intervention. Just because I was willing to conceal your identity for the sake of not wasting time in this trial, I never intended to keep your crimes confidential in the long term. This will not be forgotten. I'm certain we'll all hold you accountable going forward.
Do what you'd like. I expected it to come out. No point hiding it. I ain't ashamed to admit what I was willing to do for Tian.
Oh my gosh! So, between the suicide pact, Mint's poisoning, and Fu's attempt to kill Taka, there were 3 simultaneous murder plots? That's really scary!
I told you, I wasn't intending on being buddy-buddy from the start. If you chose to ignore that, then that's on you.
I am curious. If you were so set on killing Takahiro, and he was chosen not for any personal reason, but simply because it was convenient, why did you suddenly stop when Asuka got hurt, going as far as to get help to ensure she didn't die? It just feels contradictory.
Well, I mean, he could have just not wanted to have to kill 2 people. And keeping one of them alive would have made him get caught instantly.
Given, literally everything he said, I doubt Fu really gives a shit about morality. I doubt it was the fact he had to kill 2 people that stopped him.
Nah, your boyfriend's right on the money.
Liar.
Got something to say? What's with the sudden harsh attitude? Ain't you usually polite about these things?
I reserve my kindness for people who don't stab my friends.
Give me a break, kid. I made sure she survived.
Because she reminded you of your daughter. Right.
You're a sharp kid, huh? There aren't many lines I won't cross, but I can't bring myself to hurt younger girls. One look at your stupid, ugly baby faces and all I see is Tian grown up. If anyone but Asuka jumped in there,
He's a good father.
aside from pigtails, we'd be having a very different trial right now.
Guys, I know he's a really bad person, but at least he's a good dad. Maybe with kindness and compassion, we could fix him.
Hell no.
He can't seriously be that desperate.
Good dad? I feel bad for his daughter, having someone like him for a father.
You can't hurt me with something I already know, kid.
Well, now that's cleared up, we should probably return to the actual case at hand. We can decide what to do with Wong later. Although this has made it clear where Suga, Taka, Fu, and Allura were last night, which narrows things down significantly.
Crazy ass world we live in where I was stabbing someone is a reliable alibi for why someone can't be the murderer.
At least mine and Sugi's names are cleared, and all it took was almost getting stabbed.
I don't know if I should be happy about that or not.
I also hope it was sufficient enough cause to clear me. I spent the night tending to St. Teal's wounds and stabilizing her condition after I was informed of the attack. And as much as I hate to say it, it clears Wang. I doubt he would attempt another murder after getting caught the first time. Not to mention a good portion of the night he was preoccupied with the attack.
Not to mention Fu was really drunk. I don't know how the hell he would have subtly poisoned someone with how much he was stumbling, let alone even come up with a plan.
I'm just curious how he was that drunk to begin with. They were only allowed 3 drinks max, right?
Well, the record does say he had all 3 of them, and I felt pretty gone after having the max myself, so I don't know.
I think that might be because you're like Sugi.
I mean, like, even if we could only have 3 drinks at the party, nothing was stopping us from drinking before it. I know me and Zeke had free drinks.
And your little medicine storage rendezvous.
Just say you wanted to join us.
Christ.
Nah, Scrunchy's right. I started drinking at 1 p.m. yesterday. Nothing like some good pre-drinks.
You're so creative.
When I imposed the 3-drink limit on the party, I assumed people would know it was for their safety. I suppose I should have assumed people would lack the forethought and try to circumvent them anyway.
Well, I stuck to the rules, and I'm sure others did too. Still, even if the drinking record isn't entirely accurate, we could probably still gain some insights from it.
It could be useful, considering trying to figure out where everyone was last night might prove tricky.
Right. Everyone could just say, I was in my cell, and there'd really be no way to verify if they're lying or not.
The only person we can be certain was in their cell was Dracul. He was the one who overheard Fu going to Allura's cell. If he was lying about his whereabouts, there's certainly no way he could have known that.
Looking at the drinking record could help us determine who could have been sober enough to do the murder and go from there. 'Cause, I doubt anyone would be able to tamper with Mint's mask without him noticing if they were mega drunk.
He was always on high alert around drunk people.
For sure. So all we need to do is...
Hang on. Why should we rely solely on Minty's drinking record? We've already shown it's not entirely accurate. People could have been drinking before, just like Zeke, Lyra, and Wang.
Well, I'm sure we could just take that into consideration. Once we've reviewed the drinking notes, anyone who had extra drinks before the party can just let us know and we'll rule them out from there.
Nonsense! Are you hearing this, chat? If we did that, then everyone, including Minty's dastardly killer, would suddenly pipe in saying they had oh so much to drink before the party. Ruling out people based on their drunkenness is just giving the killer a get-out-of-jail-free card.
People wouldn't do that, would they? They wouldn't just go and lie in a trial like this.
If there was ever a time to be a liar, it'd be now. And if I'd hazard a guess, if we rely on their word about drinks, then everyone's pants will be on fire.
I just think you're wrong about this.
Oh! Yo, these are some interesting minigames. Midnight Motorway. Alright, both of them are low-key kinda right. Poor cat.
I just don't think we should rule out people just
What are
because
these
they were
rights?
drunk. I mean, you saw Fu. He drunk himself silly, but he was still capable of trying to kill me.
Stabbing someone and poisoning them is very different. Sure, it might be easy to drunkenly attack someone physically, but Mint's poisoning was clearly planned and carefully done. You couldn't have been drunk to pull that off.
you're a massive lightweight, then one drink isn't going to completely make you incapable. If we want to be thorough, we must not solely focus on the sober people. It's best to include the people who had only one drink as well, like Maiko, Dracul, and yours truly. Well, not me. I was too busy almost getting stabbed. If anything, the one drink they took could cloud their judgment and make them more likely to think murder is a good idea. Just another reason why you shouldn't drink, kids.
Still, the most likely choice is someone completely sober, so that's who we should focus on. It's way safer and narrows it down way more. We can always double check about pre-drinks later. According to the record, Zeke, Taki, and Allura had nothing to drink. And Mint too, but let's not count him for obvious reasons.
I'm saying this solely because I think it's Sakiko. Damn it.
Unless if just...
According and Mint.
But even if we rule out the people who were drunk, we can... The list said Zeke had nothing to drink, but my eyes say he was definitely drunk. He admitted he had pre-drinks and the funny white powder. We can't solely rely on Mint's list. He was clearly biased toward little handsome punk boys.
Mint wouldn't lie. No way! You said it yourself. Zeke was only like that because of the pre-drinks and drugs he took. Mint wouldn't give him more drinks when he was like that. Mint wasn't that kind of person. So you can't discount the rest of the list. He didn't lie about how much Zeke had to drink. He just didn't let Zeke have anything else to drink after he saw the state he was in.
I've got it!
Huh? What just happened? I feel strange.
That was awesome! Again!
No thanks. Let's not do that again. At least we've established now it must have been someone who had one drink or less. Discounting Zeke, of course, considering he had the pre-drinks and did the crushed up pills with Lyra. Which narrows it down to Takiko, Dr. Elenius, Maiko, Taka, and Dracul.
But when would Lori or Taka have gotten the chance with what happened with Fu?
Right. That narrows it down considerably, leaving only Maiko, Takiko, and Dracul as suspects.
Hold on. I've been thinking about things.
You have?
Okay, now, this is gonna sound a bit crazy, but how certain are we actually about when the murder happened? Because if it was done after the party, wouldn't the killer have ran into Fu trying to stab Taka? Or wouldn't someone have spotted the killer wandering around the halls trying to gather up rat poison?
I was in the canteen the whole time. That's where the rat poison was scattered. I didn't see anyone come in and I was in there for a while.
It could have always been Pinky, you know. She has an alibi, sure, but that alibi is of her alone. Nothing to verify it. Not to mention her alibi just so happens to be in the place all the rat poison was. She had it all laid out for her.
What? What? No! I didn't! I promise! I wouldn't hurt Mint!
Hold on, I can back her up here. I went to the washing room to shove Zeke's old clothes in the wash after I dropped off his pajamas in the shower room. Wine stains like hell if you don't do it immediately. I had to pass through the canteen to get back to my cell. Maiko was still in there waiting for Asuga by the time I passed through. I felt kinda bad for her, high-key. Like, she was on the floor just eating cake. I offered to stay with her, but she did her whole, "Oh, no, don't worry about me. I don't want to bother anyone." So, I was kind of like, cool, guess I won't bother you.
Once I finished the cake and cleaned up, I left to go back to my cell, and that's when I bumped into Dracul and Shinku. They can verify that. I went to my cell right after them.
Right, she did. And by that point, Mint and Zeke were still in the shower room together. She couldn't have slipped past us and gotten over to Mint to poison him as she went to her cell straight after us.
So, when exactly was this murder done? Sorry if I'm not following all this too well. I think the blood loss is getting to my head.
We know he was poisoned at some point last night. But until we figure out when exactly, we're just going to keep going in circles.
At least we definitely know it didn't happen at breakfast this morning. We already established earlier. It must have been done the night before, for the timing to line.
We know it couldn't have been done right after the party, as Maiko and the canteen would prevent the killer from gathering the rat poison. Unless the killer gathered the rat poison earlier.
Well, it could have been done at the party and we might not have noticed. I mean, nobody noticed Taka leaving aside from Fu, so it's not all that far-fetched.
I have such terrible luck! At least we can rule out those of us involved in the stabbing. Unless Suki was only going through the halls because she was coming back from committing a murder!
No. St. Tail was in the halls because they were cleaning up after the party. By the time Wang told him his assault, I believe Byrne was already back in his cell. So St. Tail would have never even gotten the chance.
That's interesting. That's. I'm gonna live
Right, Delora. Suki could never do anything wrong.
Aren't you the one accused, though?
At least we definitely know it didn't happen at breakfast this
Can I
morning.
like swap bullets? Let me swap bullets, bro. Hold on.
At least we definitely know it didn't happen at breakfast this morning.
Searching up how to
We already established earlier.
swap them.
It must have been done the night before, for the timing to line up.
We know it couldn't have been done right after the party, as Maiko and the canteen would prevent the killer from gathering the rat poison. Unless the killer gathered the rat poison earlier.
Well,
hard.
it could have been done at the party and we might not have noticed. I mean, nobody noticed Taka leaving aside from Fu, so it's not all that far-fetched.
Oh, I have such terrible luck! At least we can rule out those of us involved in the stabbing. Unless Suki was only going through the halls because she was coming back from committing a murder!
At least we definitely know it didn't happen at breakfast this morning.
Google straight up told me nothing, bro. Next.
We already established earlier. It must have been done the night before, for the timing to line.
We know it couldn't have been done right after the party, as Maiko and the canteen would prevent the killer from gathering the rat poison. Unless the killer gathered the rat poison earlier.
Well, it
So
could have
shift
been done at
switch.
the party and we might not have noticed.
If we've been done at the party, we might have not have noticed.
No, that's wrong!
Alright, go.
Whoa, do you gotta be so aggressive when you say that?
Sorry. I just get enthusiastic. Point is, it's very unlikely to have been done at the party.
Even if there were a lot of witnesses, we can't rule it out completely. It was the only opportunity that night where we were all in close proximity to Mint.
But in order to subtly slip the rat poison into Mint's mask, he'd need to have taken it off. All of Maiko's Polaroid photos show him in the background with it on.
Sure, but photos only show so much. He could have taken it off at a time Maiko wasn't snapping pics.
Are you sure there's a moment where she wasn't? She took a lot of photos.
I just didn't want to forget last night. It was very special to me.
Even so, the photos constantly showed more than one person at the bar, which means Mint stayed behind the whole night.
Right. You couldn't get a one-on-one moment with him even if you wanted it.
Yeah, because no one wants to go to the bar on their own. That's just sad.
Speak for yourself, kid.
Exactly! I do it all the time.
Oh, God. Never mind.
If it wasn't done at the party, when was it done?
Unless someone broke into Mint's cell, it had to be at some point after the party.
Right, and it had to be at a point where someone had an opportunity to be alone with Mint.
An opportunity where he could take off the mask or put it in a place where others could tamper with it.
Nope, I have no clue. I genuinely have no clue. Will H work? H? It doesn't have to be inside of order. So, oh. I'll take L's. Yeah, I knew it. Not this one. Let's get out. Oh. R. I still don't know. E. Can we get an X? Nope. Please, leave me alone. S. A shower.
I have my
A shower. Oh!
He must have been poisoned in the shower room.
What?
After the party, me, Dracul, and Mint took Zeke into the shower room to clean up after Ismene spilt wine over him.
Oh.
You remember, right, Zeke?
It's fuzzy, but... yeah. He figured I was too buzzed to be able to wash myself. He was probably right. I did need help. So he came in the shower with me.
He came in the shower with you?
What about it?
Sorry, don't mind me. Bad time.
He took off his clothes when he did, including that mask.
Shit. You're right. Wait. Hold on. If that was the only opportunity...
Right. Unless someone broke into Mint's cell after the fact, it can only be one of us three. And given how you were so buzzed Mint had helped you in the first place, I doubt you could have done it.
Which narrows it down to 2.
Wait. No. That can't be. There must be a mistake here.
I wonder.
I got it.
Hey, come on, don't look at me like that. It's really freaking me out. It gets all awkward when it gets all quiet like this.
Dracul, you and I were both in that shower room too.
What about it?
Mint's killer. It's either you or me.
That's quite the problem, huh?
Dracul.
Hey, don't look at me like that. I don't have anything to do with this shin. I wouldn't ever want to hurt anyone. Come on, you've got to believe me here. This wasn't me at all.
Geez, things are really heating up now.
Okay. There might be a chance that I have to leave right now, so I'm just gonna end recording and start a new one. Hypothetically, theoretically. So, bye, and hi. This is a recording if I didn't leave, you know? If I didn't
This
leave.
with a lot less RPG Maker jank.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Aren't trials exciting? I'm glad we ditched the class part. Too much of a mouthful. It wouldn't really make sense either, considering they're all adults. Having minors in games like this gets problematic quickly.
It's a killing game. I think it's already pretty problematic.
Well, all things considered, we're a pretty politically correct killing game.
If all the prisoners are diverse, and we're making them kill each other, doesn't it sort of circle around to being... Never mind, I'm just surprised one of them actually took the bait and killed someone.
Really now? I thought you believed Ultimates were all terrible people.
They are. I don't know. It's different hearing stories about it and seeing it in person. I hadn't seen a dead body before we got the crypto asshole to haul 11's body out of the canteen. I figured they were bad, but I didn't know they'd actually kill someone.
Well, keep up motives like you have, and I'm sure they'll keep fighting. Endless bloodshed waits for us. Oh, just think how many viewers it'll bring in.
I don't care about our ratings or how many people watch it. It's not about that. It's about spreading our message.
Don't you want as many ears as possible to hear your message? Isn't that how social change happens? As long as we keep bringing in more viewers, then we'll be helping the cause.
I guess so.
The best way to do that is through violence. Everyone wants to see a sick fuck get killed, don't they?
Oh, absolutely. I just don't want to cheapen our message for the sake of bringing in more viewers.
Oh, don't you worry about silly things like that. That'll never happen, Millie.
Don't call me that.
We are entirely committed to spreading the anti-ultimate message and exposing how terrible these people are. We'd never sell out. No. Anyway, don't you think it should be time for an ad break? We haven't had one in a bit.
What did we just talk about?
Come on. We gotta keep the lights on in the prison somehow.
Bills cannot be this bad.
Jesus Christ.
Dracul, it's either you or me, and I know for sure that...
Hey, come on, man. Aren't we narrowing down things a little quickly here? This feels like a big leap to make. I don't want to have to accuse you to defend myself. I can't throw a friend under the bus like that. But I'm serious. I didn't do this.
That's a new
You've
sprite.
gotta believe me here.
That's a new sprite.
Are we sure there's not some other possibility we haven't considered?
Hey, it's going to be okay. We just want to get to the bottom of things here.
Right. I mean, this feels a little improbable, no? Surely it's more likely someone snuck into Mincel after the party.
Sure, they could've, but that would've been real risky. What if he woke up?
As far as I'm concerned, there's only two bastards who could have done this. And right in front of me, too. It's always the people who act so above everyone, huh? You always think you've got the right to trample over people you see as smaller than you, don't you?
I promise you, I didn't do this.
Also a new sprite.
I'm having trouble processing.
Promises ain't nothing to me. They're all empty as hell. Another word for lies as far as I'm concerned. Actions speak far louder.
We can clear ourselves the
Until
light
the
with
two
what
of
Lyra
you can
did,
provide
though.
a reason why you couldn't have done it, you are prime suspects.
You're really putting me on the spot here. This is a whole
Yo, I
lot
can
of
dead ass
pressure.
throw this dude under the bus.
Yeah, guys, shouldn't we take a time out or something?
Lyra can low-key
This
back
is
me
a
up.
lot.
Because
We
like
don't have time for that.
she got us the laundry and stuff. I mean, no, we
Just
gave her
because
the
we're
laundry.
under a
We gave her
time
the
limit
laundry.
doesn't mean we should let our
Or was
judgment
it vice
get all
versa? I
messed
low-key
up.
forgot.
I know you guys are scared. Trust me, I'm terrified. But jumping onto the first suspect that seems probable just because we're scared of running out of time is just going to get everyone killed.
This doesn't sound like much of a defense. Sounds like you're just stalling. Or covering for the other kid.
You just accused him and me of murder. Of course shit is gonna freeze up. You would as well.
I don't know. If I was you, I'd be scrambling to try and come up with something that disproves you could have been the killer.
Well, damn. I'm not good with being put on the spot. It's easy when it's stupid player decisions I didn't expect, but this feels a lot more serious. I promise you guys, I didn't do this. I'm just hardcore blanking right now.
About poison.
Huh? What about it?
When would he have gotten a chance to get it?
I mean, it was free for the taking in the canteen all week, wasn't it?
Yes, but Dracul has, well, for lack of a better phrase, major attachment issues. He constantly seeks either me or Shingo out for mealtimes. He hates eating alone. If I had to psychoanalyze him, I suppose it's just an effect of being raised with so many siblings. He's used to eating with others. He likely feels anxious when he's alone.
I can back this up too! He'd come to my cell constantly to watch episodes of Melody Pretty and just hang out!
He often came to me for advice and to cook together. He seemed to take any opportunity he could to hang out. I think Dracul appreciates having some sort of sister figure to substitute for his actual sisters.
What? You guys too? He would constantly come to me to work out and train. Said if Mint and Zeke weren't gonna let me train with them, then we could make a cooler training group on our own.
He never asked to hang out with me.
Nothing personal, man. I just didn't want to make his meanie mad.
Point is, Dracul was almost never alone. When on earth would he have gotten the opportunity to get the rat poison without someone else noticing?
So, we're saying Shinku is the more likely option here.
It does seem to line up that way, doesn't it?
He was probably planning on hiding behind his boyfriend. Backstabbing coward.
No. Hold on. I would never hurt Mint, let alone kill him. Are you insane? He was my friend.
Well, Sam, you're willing to throw your other friend under the bus. Wouldn't surprise me if you'd be willing to go further than that to get out.
Why on earth would I do that? Ichi had already been picked.
Revenge, maybe? Sorry, it's not a very nice thought, but it's not out of the question for you to resent all of us after what happened to your hostage.
But then, why wouldn't he have gone for me or Fu? We were the ones that got his hostage pushed after he exposed he'd been eavesdropping.
Well, succeeding with murder means getting us all killed.
If he was angry enough at all of us.
Come on, guys. He's not that heartless. Shin wouldn't do that. I know that for sure.
But if you're ruled out due to not having an opportunity to get the rat poison, then who else could it be?
I don't think we can rule out Dracul.
What?
There was an opportunity for him to get the rat poison. An opportunity where he was alone.
Hey, come on, Shin. I know it's scary getting accused, but come on, man. Let's not turn on each other. That's exactly what this game wants us to do. I want to clear your name, just as much as you do.
Right.
You don't need to drag me down to do it. We can prove our innocence together.
I'm sorry. I'd feel wrong if I didn't bring this up. It's nothing personal, but Dracul could have gotten the rat poison when he...
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Drac, that night when you went to go search for that strange man that knocked me out, you were alone, right?
Yeah, I guess I was. I didn't want to bother anyone with having to stay up with me the whole night, so I searched by myself. But I got Iz to join me for a few hours.
But not for the whole night, right?
No, just for a few hours.
By that point, Dr. Elenius had already put the rat poison in the canteen. In those few hours, Dracul could have taken it and pocketed it for later use, right?
Wouldn't that mean he's been planning this for a while now?
Wait, hold the phone. Strange man? This is the first time hearing about this. Who's been keeping me out of the loop?
I was about to say, what exactly are you referring to here, Kudzuki?
The other day, I was walking back from Mint's cell in the middle of the night, and I encountered this strange man, ginger hair, and he spewed some nonsense and then knocked me out.
And you didn't think to tell us this earlier, kid?
Well, everyone seems so preoccupied with the votes, I didn't think we needed another thing to worry about.
Dude, this is huge. That guy could have some sort of connection to the people running this. If we were able to capture him, he could have questioned him or at least had some leverage over the higher-ups here.
Wait, sorry, I spaced out. Who the hell are we talking about?
Some strange mystery fellow with ginger hair.
Oh, goddammit.
Is this someone we are meant to know about?
We told him not to speak to any of you. Of course his dumbass stepped out of line.
Who is he exactly?
Oh, he's just the janitor. Don't mind him. If you kidnap him or whatever, you'll be wasting your time. He knows nothing about what's going on here. Not to mention, he's just really fucking annoying. So if you decide to talk to him, it's your loss, really.
Is that really any way to talk about one of your employees?
He's an ultimate just like you lot. Was meant to be in the game, but found out something he shouldn't. We couldn't exactly set him free, but he wasn't exactly participant material anymore. So, we decided to make him work for us as the janitor. Reduce, reuse, recycle, no?
That's crazy to say about a living, breathing human being.
Kinda glad, to be honest. Since he figured it out, we had to get a replacement prisoner, which just so happened to be Miss Santil over there.
Ain't no way.
And Asuga has been doing us numbers. Let me tell you that. Fan favorite in the making.
What? So, you're telling me I shouldn't even really be here?
You're still a criminal, don't get me wrong. It's just not exactly the sort of crime we were originally planning on exposing.
What? This seems really unfair.
That's not fair at all. If I was you, I'd put the sue in Asuga, and I'd have a proper word with the people running this.
I think if you're taking someone who organized a killing game to court, then that's the least of the things they're gonna get charged with.
I don't mean to interrupt, but we can discuss the implications of that later. Right now, we need to focus on the murder at hand.
So, the purple kid could have gotten the rat poison. That puts him back on the suspect list, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't narrow it down to just him. Sam had an equal opportunity to grab the rat poison and slip it into the mask when Mint was in the shower with me.
Yeah, but if he slipped the poison in, I would have seen it, wouldn't I? Me and Shin were talking the whole time. If either of us had slipped something in Mint's mask, the other would have noticed.
That does make sense. That would help clear both of you.
No, it doesn't.
That would set us
No,
right
it doesn't.
back to square zero. Isn't this frustrating?
It's relieving. I doubted either one of them would have killed someone. I'm glad to have confirmation.
See? I told you it was a third party! Nothing to do with me or Shin. Phew. You guys had me all anxious there for a moment.
I refute that.
Me too.
No,
Sorry
no,
for
no,
not
no.
helping much. I panicked. and
We were
jumped the
separated
gun
for a
again.
brief moment.
I understand. I think anyone would have, but you can rely on me, Shin. Don't you worry. I know you're scared, but I'll make sure we don't turn our backs on one another. That's just asking for trouble.
Yeah. Sorry for turning on you. I think I just freaked out.
But if it wasn't in the shower room, when could it have possibly been?
Maybe we're just missing something.
We are. We just haven't discussed it yet.
It feels like we'll never get anywhere. Why couldn't Minty have written the killer's name next to him when he died? So inconsiderate.
You can't be serious.
Let's just try to review this from step one. We can figure out who it was eventually if we work together. I'm sure.
You sound so thick right now too, bro. No, I know exactly what it is.
We know for sure it couldn't have been done at the party. But I don't know what other opportunities people would have gotten.
Guess they could have done it after he was already back in his cell. But the kid probably would have woken up.
Either way, I know me and Shin are in the clear here. We couldn't have slipped in the poison without the other noticing. After all, we were watching each other the whole time.
No, that's wrong.
Huh? What do you mean? You're making no sense to me today, Shin. We were talking to each other and everything. It clears both you and me. If you're arguing it could have been done without one of us spotting it, you're just incriminating yourself too. And I don't want people to jump on you, Shin. I know you didn't do this.
But there was a point where I took my eyes off you. An opportunity for you to have done it. When Zeke had wine portal over him, we got Lyra to bring him a change of clothes. And she didn't step into the shower room, did she?
Yeah, no, I don't even want to know what was happening between 4 men in the shower. I stayed in the hallway. Shinku came out of the shower room to collect the clothes.
Well, surely that was too brief of a time frame for Dracul to slip the poison.
I don't know. We talked for a bit about things. He definitely would have had the opportunity.
And Dracul was by their clothes the whole time. When Zeke and Net took them off, he picked them off the floor and folded them up. He could have done it fairly quickly.
Shin? You don't seriously think I did this, right? Hey, Shin, come on. You know I wouldn't do something like this. I can barely plan what I'm gonna have for lunch. How would I have planned all this out? I didn't know Iz was gonna spill wine on Zeke. I didn't know we'd end up in the showers. The odds don't line up at all. I couldn't have planned that Lyra would show up and you'd step into the hallway. I'm not that smart.
What a twist! The prison Timbo turns out to secretly been some sort of master manipulator, able to predict everyone's movements like character pieces on a board.
I really don't think that's it.
Uchiyama's right. This doesn't feel like a coordinated case.
He probably just saw an opportunity and took it, not thinking entirely straight. Probably picked up the rat poison that night as a last resort, and saw the perfect opportunity lined up in front of him, and took it. If Zeke hadn't gotten so buzzed, then he likely wouldn't have gotten into that fight with Miss Prissy. Wouldn't have gotten soaked, wouldn't have gotten to the showers with a dead kid, and he wouldn't have gotten poisoned.
What? No. No, this ain't my fault. Don't push it onto me.
Kind of is your fault.
No way in hell would I have gotten him killed. This is the killer's fault. I had no way of knowing things would line up like this. I didn't... God damn it, I didn't mean to get him.
Why are you, of all people, trying to push this onto someone else? You're one to talk about getting people killed. Look what you did to me!
Just saying. If he could hold his liquor better, this never would have happened.
Well, if Isabel hadn't thrown the wine over me, we wouldn't have had to go to the showers. She's the one who provoked me in the first place. It's her fault.
Well, if Lyra hadn't gotten you so intoxicated in the first place, then our little altercation likely wouldn't have happened in the first place.
So it's her fault?
The fault lies in the killer. The person who actively decided to take another life. Needlessly arguing with each other is just wasting our time.
All that matters here is this was a compulsive murder. Draco likely just saw an opportunity. Took it.
Drac? Give me a moment here. You guys don't really think I did this, right?
Well, considering all the evidence...
What the hell do you think, sweetheart?
Hey, hold on now. Once again, this lines up way too well, doesn't it? It's way too improbable all these things just so happen to line up. I couldn't have predicted any of this.
Exactly. Which would explain how simplistic the murder really was when you boil it down. This case has only really been complicated by the other plans that were conducted parallel to Mint's murder.
It's improbable, but not impossible.
Look, I know it looks bad right now, but just give me a second to think. I swear, I wouldn't do this. I'm just really struggling under pressure here. I want to say something. I want to defend myself. Come on. You guys believe me, right?
New sprite.
Please, don't give up on me. Shin, come on. I saved you earlier. Can't you return the favor? Back me up here?
I'm sorry, Dracul.
What? But... You guys, come on. You can't seriously think I would...
I don't. I really don't think you would have done this. Which is why I'm speechless. I can't think of anything, Dracul. Everything is pointing to you doing it. I can't think of any alternative. Trust me, I wish there was something. I wish there was some miracle evidence that pointed the case in any other direction. that smile when you folded up Mint's clothes. When we talked about the future. About you enjoying chores like that. Did you know what you were planning to do then?
Don't.
No, please don't answer that. I shouldn't have asked that. You bringing up how we had our eyes on each other. You defending me. It helped me remember that I had stepped out. It helped me realize that only you. I don't want this to be the case, but there's no one else it could possibly be.
I've heard enough.
Is Mini?
Is?
Shinkyu, I have no idea why you're pushing this so hard.
Is Mini. I don't like it either. But it lines up too well. All of the evidence points towards him.
Even if this seems like the most likely solution right now, it's just too many things lining up too perfectly to possibly make sense. There must be a different explanation. Dracul would not have done this. I am certain of it. I don't particularly enjoy arguing with friends, but if it's what I have to do to save all of our lives, then I will.
Let's do this! Yes, we all the bullets. I don't know what she could possibly be saying here, but I mean, let's go over drinking record. Dracul had 1 drink. Equals count. Actually, I don't think we need anything else. Yep.
I don't know why we're ruling out the possibility of someone staying in intimate cell after the party. Ezekiel's account shows Mint was alone in his cell at night. It's not like he can lock his cell. None of us can. It would have been safer for the killer to do it done anyway. Everyone else was asleep. I just can't understand why you're turning under cool so quickly.
Fuck.
I don't know why we're ruling out the possibility of someone staying in an intimate cell after the party. Ezekiel's account shows Mint was alone in his cell at night. It's not like he can lock his cell. None of us can. It would have been safer for the killer to do it done anyway. Everyone else was asleep. I just can't understand why you're turning under cool so quickly.
Crap.
I don't know why we're ruling out the possibility of someone staying in an intimate cell after the party. Ezekiel's account shows Mint was alone in his cell at night.
It's probably blue. It has to be.
It's not like he can lock his cell. None of us can. It would have been safer for the killer to do it done anyway. Everyone else was asleep. I just can't understand why you're turning under cool so quickly.
What?
I don't know why we're ruling out the possibility of someone staying in an intimate cell after the party. Ezekiel's account shows Mint was alone in his cell at night. It's not like he can lock his cell. None of us can. It would have been safer for the killer to do it done anyway. Everyone else was asleep. I just can't understand why you're turning under cool so quickly.
What?
I don't know why we're ruling out the possibility of someone staying in an intimate cell after the party. Ezekiel's account shows Mint was alone in his cell at night. It's not like he can lock his cell. None of us can. It would have been safer for the killer to do it done anyway. Everyone else was asleep. I just can't understand why you're turning under cool so quickly.
I genuinely don't get this. Game over, yeah.
I just can't understand why you're turning under cool so quickly.
Red. Blue. Green. Yellow. Red.
It's unlikely, as we discussed earlier. If someone broke to Mint's cell, it's likely he would have woken up. Mint was the skittish type, and for that to work, he'd have to have been wearing the mask to sleep.
If it was to ease anxiety, he likely did wear the mask to sleep, especially after being surrounded by drunk people the whole night. If Mint was using herbs to quell his anxiety, he likely used them for other things too.
Green.
It's not a stretch.
Yellow.
To sleep. He helped make others remedies to help them sleep in the past. A remedy into sleep could have been far deeper than regular sleep, allowing the killer to not easily wake him. It seems a lot less risky than trying to tamper with the mask in the showers.
Blue, green, yellow, red!
Shinku, please. It can't be Dracul.
Blue, green, yellow, red, blue, yellow.
Please, we both
red.
know it just can't be Dracul.
Blue, green, yellow. Blue, green, yellow, red, blue. Yellow, red. Blue, green, yellow, red, blue, yellow, red!
Don't you realize the killer could have easily snuck into Mint's cell, and no one would have noticed?
Oh.
I'll rewrite those words.
How on earth would anyone have noticed when half of us were asleep and the other half were in the infirmary? If anything, Dracul's account reaffirms his innocence. If he wasn't in his cell, how on earth would he have heard Fu going to Alora's cell?
I'm not denying he was in his cell, but him overhearing Alora and Fu's discussion from his cell proves exactly why someone couldn't have broken to Mint's cell. If the cell walls are that thin that he could overhear that, then Maiko would have clearly heard if there was someone attempting to break into Mint's cell.
And I didn't hear anything.
Is Meanie.
You're right. God, you're right.
So, if the cell break theory is a bust, then it's pretty clear who are culprits.
Yo, his Meanie looks broken, oh my god. Oh yeah, you're stressing, aren't you, brother? You're stressing.
Still,
Shaky pupils and everything.
Give him a chance to voice his side of things before we vote. Even if he is the killer, we should give him a chance to explain himself.
Why the hell should we hear him out if he's the one who killed Mint? He took another life. He doesn't deserve our time.
But he could be really sorry.
Sorry isn't going to bring Mint back.
In the end, he killed because he wanted to. That's enough for me. I don't need to hear anyone out. It's not my business.
We don't know for sure. Listen, Dracul, you must have some sort of explanation. Something that proves you didn't.
Dracul, please.
Say something, please!
I don't know what to say. I'm scared.
Is that seriously all you have to say? Christ, say anything. Even if it's lying to save your skin, at least try to fight for your life a little bit.
Even if I was able to pull out some evidence to defend myself, to convince you otherwise, you've all already made up your minds, haven't you?
No, No, come on. We don't want it to be you. If you could just give us some explanation, maybe we could make sure we don't all die here.
I don't have anything. I'm sorry, Shin.
Fine. If you won't vouch for yourself, then I'll just have to do it for you. Stupid man. I hate them so much. Never stepping up when it's needed. Christ, guys like you drive me insane. Make me feel like I have to do everything around here.
Preaching to the choir there is.
Someone still could have broken into Mitt's cell. There's one person who could have gone in without having anyone hear them. Someone who had a hostage they wanted to protect. You know who, right, Shinku?
Someone who could have gone into Mitt's cell without anyone hearing them. Right. That would be...
Ezekiel? I don't know, man. Okay. No, for real, I don't know. I don't know. No. No. I don't know how much HP I have. Please. Probably got like one more. I probably got one more. Oh god. Okay. God. Someone who couldn't have gone in without anybody noticing. Michael?
I've got it.
Oh, just by the skin of my teeth. Oh.
Next to Mitt's cell. Asuka obviously wasn't in her cell due to being in the infirmary. You likely would have known they were somewhere else, given they didn't return to the canteen after cleaning up after the party. If you'd snuck into Mitt's cell at night, no one could have heard you.
Huh? No, you've got it all wrong. I didn't know Asuka was in the infirmary. I thought she'd just gone back to her room.
Or is that something you just said to provide yourself with an alibi later down the line?
No, I'm being serious, guys. I didn't do anything. I really, truly pinky promised that I didn't know.
Maiko seems like a bigger possibility than a lot of people. She did stay in the canteen after the party. Right after everyone left. She could have easily taken the rat poison then.
Why? Why on earth would I do that?
You did seem pretty downtrodden after the party. I was going to check up on you, but I prioritized Ismini because she seemed a bit too drunk for her own good.
Wow. Is one bad party really enough cause to kill someone?
I mean, I think it was a buildup of stuff. She seemed really against her hostage being chosen, even to the point that Taki had to volunteer hers instead.
Hey! Anyone would defend their hostage! They're all people we care about a lot!
3 of y'all literally threw your hostages under the bus.
Not to mention those slippers she always wears. If anyone was able to sneak around without being heard, it would be her. Those things barely make a sound against the ground.
I'm uncertain. I follow the logic here, but there's no evidence to fully verify Yuzuki was involved.
But is there anything that can disprove her involvement?
I suppose you're correct.
Still, there's no way to disprove either plan. It's equally likely that Dracul slipped it in the mask in the showers as Maiko sneaking into Mitt's cell and slipping it in then.
But how are we ever meant to figure out which one of them is what happened?
I say we flip a coin. Seems like a fair solution to me.
Seems to me like that would be how we get ourselves all killed.
If you want my bet, I'd say Pinky is the better option here.
What?
The other kid being the killer relies on the assumption that he planned it at least a day in advance. Got the rat poison that day, and then just so happened to run into the perfect opportunity the next day. It seems unlikely such an opportunity would present itself right after he just so happened to grab the rat poison, no?
Unlikely, but sure as hell not impossible.
Still, it seems more probable Pinky felt bitter after her party, picked up the poison when she was cleaning, and poisoned the other kid while he was sleeping.
Huh. Guess it explains why Mint was the victim, too. He was chosen since he was next to Maiko.
Exactly. She couldn't lie that she heard nothing at night to cover her tracks.
Still, I don't know. She gets all skittish about the smallest things. I don't know if she'd have it in her.
Guys, I didn't!
Such a simple plan would make sense for Pinky too. Not saying either of them are particularly smart, but you know.
No,
It does strangely line up. I just don't know why we wouldn't have thought about it by now.
Probably way too confused by the 3 simultaneous murder plots to assume it would be that simple.
It does seem a little too simple to be true.
Yeah, it does.
Maiko, do you have anything that could disprove it was you?
I'm really bad at situations like this. I told you that I just phoned if you accused me, and now you're doing just that.
Hey, we're not trying to dogpile you. We're just trying to figure this out. I hope you didn't kill Mint, but see things from our perspective here. You can't deny it. It looks pretty bad for you.
I know it does, but what am I meant to say? You all decided you hate me. You've already decided I'm the killer. If I try to argue, you're just going to yell at me.
I can't tell if this is a confession or not.
Well, if you're trying to get away with it, I doubt you'd confess. You'd keep struggling and denying it until the final moment.
I'd feel more at ease if we had a formal confession. It's still equally likely to be Dracul.
Come to bed.
But I doubt we'll be getting anything like that, quite frankly.
Can you just come to bed?
Besides, we don't have much time left. I say we end this here and save her the humiliation.
Huh? Wait! No! Hey!
If you want to save your life, you gotta give us more than that.
Maiko, give us your account.
But it don't seem like anyone's vouching for or defending her. I'm not saying it can't still be Dracul. You're looking over things. Huh. I hate to agree with the ultimate classist over there, but...
No.
Huh?
Maiko couldn't have done this. She isn't the killer. Lay off her. There's no way she could have been the killer. I know that for sure.
And how exactly do you know that, Tremblay?
She just isn't. Come on. Don't rush to vote for her. She's not the killer. If you vote for her, then everyone's going to get killed. None of us want that. No one life is worth all that.
Dracul?
How are you so certain all of a sudden?
I don't know.
Dracul? Are you saying...
I don't want Maiko to get hurt. That wouldn't be fair on her. That wouldn't be fair on any of you. This isn't worth it. I couldn't live with myself if...
I'm glad you're defending me, but Dracul, does this mean...
You bastard. You really have nothing to say? Are you that much of a coward?
Well, if he's not saying my Maiko can't be the killer, I'm so sure.
We found our killer. Probably.
Well, once again I prefer a proper confession. But his silence does speak volumes.
He took Mint's life. And he doesn't even have the guts to admit it. He's really pissing me off.
Oh, please, say something. Anything!
I just can't believe it.
We've known it for a while, though, haven't we? I think some of you just didn't want to believe it. But ever since we narrowed it down to the shower room, it's been obvious.
Well, nothing to be done about it if the kid isn't gonna fess up. We might as well vote now.
I suppose so.
Yes, we can't let the time limit expire. I don't want to find out what happens if we do.
Well, if Tremblay isn't going to provide a confession or defense, we should proceed to the vote.
Hang on! Wait! No, come on,
Dude, I
guys.
actually need a
Don't
pen and
hold me
paper
like this.
with how much I gotta write down here, bro. Hold on, bro. I guess I can write on one of these. Been need papers inside my drawers.
I just got overwhelmed for a second there, but I swear this wasn't
By the
me.
way, writing is not cheating,
I would never
guys, I
hurt
swear.
someone. Come on, Shin, you guys believe me, right?
Dracul, it all points to you. I don't know what to tell you.
I can't die like this, Shin. please, just hear me out, okay? I didn't do this. I'll prove it to you. It can't end like this.
Yes, I would like to save. I'm already at 1 HP. Armament, no! 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 I'm 100% dying. An RPG battle. Oh, my voice is shaky. Oh, merged. Are we serious? It's deconstructed. Oh!
What kind of person do you think I am?
Hold up. I think I need, crap.
I'd never hurt men like that. I'd never hurt anyone.
He isn't really attacking. There we go.
I don't want to die.
Gotta get that TP up.
This is really freaking me out. I wouldn't do this. You know that. I'd never hurt men like that. I'd never hurt anyone. I'd never hurt. Shin, come on. We can.
We're talking too much.
I couldn't.
You talk too much. Gotta get that TP up.
What would my mom?
I'm sorry, bro. You gotta go.
Come on, please. You know this can't be me. I mean, what reason would I even have to do this?
Is it gonna give me an option? Want to protect family.
I'll rewrite those words. You were scared of your mother getting chosen, weren't you? That would have impacted your whole family, not just her. That's why you took the rat poison. Just in case. And I'm sure when you found yourself alone with Mint's clothing the next day, with a little help from the alcohol, I'm sure it seemed like a good idea at the time. You probably thought you wouldn't get an opportunity like that again.
You really are something amazing, Shin. I always wanted to meet you. You don't have any idea how much your books meant to me and my sisters.
Yo, Shin, why you trying not to laugh, bro? Disrespectful shit, bro.
I always thought if I did, I'd find someone just like me. But you're better than me. What you make aren't just stories. You can actually bring that talent to life, dissect crimes, and find the culprit. I'm just a big coward hiding behind fantasy. Hiding behind my daydreams of being a hero. But I can't protect anyone, really. I take the easy way out at the first sign of conflict. I'm sorry.
Alright, when I say I genuinely would have not expected this, I genuinely would have not expected this.
I didn't know that getting out meant everyone else dying. When I learned that, I knew it was over. I could hardly live with what I'd already done. How on earth was I meant to live with everyone's deaths on my back?
You really?
Well, guess we found our culprit.
Draco. He was the one who
Maybe I've been dozing off, or maybe it's the lack of sleep, but I'm not sure I entirely follow. Do we think we can take this from the top? Explain exactly how Minty died?
Yeah, it still seems strange. Drag is just so nice. How could he? If it was explained clearly, I think I'd feel a lot more confident voting for him.
Alright. If we must, then I'll explain exactly how this happened.
Yes, I'd like to say it. So am I just supposed to like choose which one came first or something? That one came first. Then that one came first. That one. Shoot. Where did we leave off? Crap. So yeah, this stuff splashed on him. Or do we just go first priority over here? Is this her revealing she has a birthday or something? Like, can I read these? Oh my god, this is so bad. Okay. Boom! No! Oh, this is gonna be annoying. Gotta do boom, bam, bop, boom, advance. Alright. Now we got this, that. Advance. Alright. Sugi jumped in the way. She got carried. Yep, that's all of it. They're gone. Let's go.
It all started with Mononeko introducing the hostage motive, with all of us having to vote a hostage once per day to experience some sort of punishment. Nearly everyone was shaken by this motive, particularly the killer, who held their hostage extremely dear. As the days went on, their anxiety about keeping their hostage safe grew larger, which slowly pushed them to consider killing one of their fellow prisoners. A few days later, the killer was patrolling at night, searching for the mysterious stranger I'd encountered the night before. During these patrols alone, the killer picked up and pocketed some of the rat poison from the canteen. They picked up the poison as a last resort, just in case they need to take action to protect their hostage later. Action they'd inevitably take the next day right after the party. But importantly, before the party, Ezekiel and Lyra had various pre-drinks and crushed up pills. These put Ezekiel into a state of inebriation. He was more aggressive and disruptive when he eventually joined back to the party. This state of intoxication led him into getting into a fight with his Mimi. A fight that ended with Ezekiel being drenched in wine. This caught everyone's attention, so much so that no one noticed Taka had left the party earlier, aside from Fu, but we'll return to that later. Me, Mint, and the killer agreed to take Ezekiel to the shower room to get him cleaned up. Mint helped Ezekiel get undressed and removed his own clothes so as to not get them wet in the shower, entering the shower to help him bathe. Me and the killer stayed outside the main shower area at Ezekiel's request. It was at this point I stepped outside the shower room to receive a spare change of clothes for Ezekiel from Lyra. While I was outside having a brief conversation with her, the killer took their opportunity to slip the rat poison they received into Mint's mask. The lavender and various other herbs stuck into the mask helped to mask any indication they'd been added, and meant Mint would be none the wiser when he'd put the mask on once again. At Ezekiel and Mint's request, me and the killer left the shower room, running into Maiko on the way back. The three of us shared a brief conversation and went back to our cells for the night. Mitt and Ezekiel returned to their cells shortly after us, Mitt going into his own cell after helping Ezekiel to bed. Likely due to the anxiety of having to deal with drunk people all night, Mitt kept his mask on in bed to help him calm himself down, which just meant all night he was breathing in the toxic fumes, slowly shutting down. Meanwhile, Fu had tracked down Taka after he left the party earlier. Driven by a drunken desire to keep his daughter safe, he attacked the boy, hoping to kill him. However, before he could, Asuka jumped in the way and took the stabbing herself. Asuka had been helping clean up after the party, and was walking to put certain supplies away when she saw what was transpiring. Despite their recent conflict with Taka, they couldn't see him get hurt. Horrified at this, Fu helped Taka bring Asuka to the infirmary. Clearly not wanting anyone who reminded him of his daughter to get hurt, he abandoned his plan to kill and instead sought help. He left Taka in the infirmary with Asuka, and he refused to leave her side all night, terrified of them dying. Fu went to Dr. Elenius' cell to request her help. Dr. Elenius quickly rushed into the infirmary to provide Asuka with medical assistance, later making up a lie to conceal Fu's identity. She did so as to not distract from Mitt's killer, and to make sure the trial stayed on track. The killer, who could not sleep due to anxiety over what he'd done, overheard this conversation, and later informed me of it during the investigation. The next morning, everyone except Dr. Elenius, Asuka, and Taka gathered in the canteen as usual. Typically, we'd eat breakfast, but we held off due to their absence, a decision that proved life-saving as the breakfast had been laced with cyanide, as someone attempted to cause a suicide pact. But before we could go search for the three absent prisoners, the poison Mitt had been breathing in all night finally made his lungs fully shut down, and he collapsed in front of everyone, including the killer, causing widespread shock and confusion. And the killer who caused Mitt's deterioration and ultimately took his life can only be one person, that being you, Dracul Tremblay, the ultimate dungeon master.
You can't lie here. This
It really
execution
is
would be
you,
dope as
isn't it?
hell, bro.
You really did? Oh my god. I'm such an idiot.
Well, I suppose this goes to show anyone can kill, given the right circumstances.
I didn't want to believe it, but it's what happened, isn't it?
I just wanted to protect my mom. I just wanted to make sure my sisters would be okay. I just didn't want to be a coward again. I couldn't let them get hurt because of me again. I never wanted things to end up like this. I thought the rat poison would work quicker. I thought he'd die in his sleep. I thought it would be peaceful. I thought he wouldn't even realize what was happening. I couldn't sleep all of last night. I was so scared. I was just kept awake, horrified that I'd actually done it. When I saw him this morning, I felt relieved. I thought maybe I'd messed up, that the poison didn't work. That relief made me realize how much I regret it, but then he fell still, and oh God, Dracul.
Are you serious? Are you seriously giving him pity after what he did? Him regretting it means nothing. In the end, he still did this. A few tears isn't going to erase that. He's got no right to cry. None at all. God damn it! God damn it! God! Fucking damn it! Why? Why Min? Why the hell didn't you try and poison me? You don't even like me! Not one bit! Why? Why him?
He probably doesn't have an answer. The bottom line was, it was just convenient, wasn't it?
It just happened Min's mask made it easy to poison him. It's awful to think that something he made to bring him comfort would cause his death.
But in the end, it wasn't anything personal, was it? Minty just happened to get unlucky.
No.
What? There was a reason?
It's awful. I mean, I didn't specifically target him, but when he left his mask there, I thought about what he did to his dad. Poisoning him like that, leaving him to suffer. How could anyone do that to their family? It sickened me. I know I didn't know the full story, but even doing that to someone you hate, that's a different kind of malice. And everyone just seemed to be okay with it. I thought I was crazy. It just didn't make sense to me. Then he started offering his mom up to be tortured, and when his mask was left unattended, I thought I could save her as well. If he wasn't going to do it.
Drac. What the hell made you think you had the rat?
I know I didn't. I knew I had to do something. I couldn't let my family get hurt. Not again.
I don't care. I don't want to hear it. Not from you. Can't we just hurry up and vote for him already? I don't want to see his face any longer than I have to.
Wait!
Well, if you're all ready to vote, then we might as well. And you got there within the time limit. Good going.
I know we found the killer, but I don't feel very accomplished.
I thought I'd feel way more relieved, but I just feel depressed.
Maybe you'll feel better about the whole thing when you've got confirmation you're right. This concludes our first trial. Feel free to vote for who you, yes you, think the killer is. Hope you get it right.
Wow. I'm glad you all figured it out. I knew you could do it. You guys really are amazing. Don't ever forget that, alright? Huh? I'm relieved, honestly. Once again, I didn't know seceding would mean all of you would die. I'm just glad you all get to keep on living. I'm sorry I let you all down, but you don't have to look at me soon. You can all just forget I exist and move on and keep going. So please, live with all your might. Ugh. Don't smile at me like that. You killed someone cool. You killed me. I don't really think you're the person here who gets to be morally outraged by murder tubes. Different. He He's not like that. If he can kill, then who else here will? You can't rule anyone out. That's just how it is. No, don't think like that. Please, don't lose your trust because of me. Don't let yourselves get paranoid and scared. Conflict is only gonna make things happen again. No matter how hard it seems, trusting and caring about someone is never waste. On earth could you possibly say that after what you've done? I trusted you. As long as I still had your belief, your companionship, I was still a person. We all trusted you so much, Jakul, so why? I know it is. Sorry I couldn't be the person you needed me to be. But at least now, no one else's hostage is gonna get hurt. But was it worth it? No, of course not! If what the warden and the girl said earlier was correct, if we just didn't vote, no one would have gotten hurt in the first place! I didn't know that at the time, man. Sorry. I know nothing else will excuse me for what I've done. But promise me you won't let this divide you. That's just what this game wants. Let my stupid mistakes act as an example on why you shouldn't give in to Mon and Echo and their demands. Oh, I'll make an example out of you, alright? All this heroic talk about don't let the game win. I did it to save everyone's hostages. Trusting someone is never waste. You really are stuck in a fantasy, aren't you? Cool. Always wanting to play the hero. If I put a brave face at the end, then maybe they'll pity me. If I act like this is some sort of sacrifice, I'll be seen as a martyr. At least I can die being a hero. What a sad, pathetic little hypocrite you are. What do you... You never really grew up, did you? You're just a sad little child. Unable to leave your fantasies. Desperate to be praised. Desperate to feel bigger than you are. Desperate to be someone people admire. But you killed someone. You killed Mint. In such a cowardly way, too. You couldn't even face what you were doing. You wanted to pretend it wasn't happening. And in the process, you made his death slow, painful, and agonizing. And now you want pity? Don't you want? You're still that same coward who let your family get hurt. No, please, I stepped up. I made sure it wouldn't happen again. I did all this so that wouldn't happen again. Yet you still avoid taking responsibility, like the plague. Letting Ismene defend you in your stand. Trying to justify your murder and milk people for pity. Lying about your crime. You never changed, Rakul. And you never will. Skippy. No, they're right.
I've always been a coward. I was so scared of being told off. I hate myself. I hate how scared I get, how emotional I get, how I cry when things get even slightly stressful. When things get tough, I fall silent. I try to ignore what's happening. I hide away in distractions, in what feels easy. I always run away right when it matters. I just let people down because I'm not ready to be an adult. I've just been pretending since I was young. I thought I'd figure it out eventually, but I don't have it figured out like other people do. I always feel so behind. I feel like if people saw the real me, they'd want nothing to do with me. I was terrified of anyone hating me. I just wanted to be loved. I didn't want them to see how weak I really was. I wanted to be the hero my sisters saw me as. I wanted to be the big brother they deserved. That's why I just kept lying. It was easier. I always just do what's easiest. I thought maybe if I kept lying, if I kept pretending I was dependable and resilient and the person I wanted to be, it would one day become reality. and I'd never let anyone down again. But that's not how it works, is it? I'm not anyone's savior or hero. I'm just me, and I can't stand that. I'm sorry. I really am. I know that sounds hollow, but I really am. I wish I could be that person my sisters needed me to be. I wish I could be the friend you thought you knew. I was serious about wanting to stay friends after all of this. Shin, you probably don't remember it, but I wasn't lying at the party. I really did want to go to those stupid fast food places with you to hang out. I'm sorry, we'll never get to do that campaign together. I'm sorry that I wasn't the person you thought I was.
But it is, isn't it? Yo, look at his right eye, bro. He is horrified, bro. He's seeing the lights. No, I just wish I could put a brave face for this, but terrified. I don't want to die. Fuck off. Sherman didn't want to either. That's right. You can't just cry and expect everyone just to forgive you. You don't deserve our pity. Ultimately, your actions led you here, Tremblay. I'm sympathetic to you wishing not to get your family hurt again, but it does not excuse what you've done. If he didn't take the bait, someone else would have. He just caved earlier and got a golden opportunity. You're cool. Cool. Please don't go. Shin! It's all gonna be okay, man. Maybe in our next lives I'll be reborn as a person everyone needed me to be. Hope you get to meet a better me one day. And we can finally play that campaign. With all the garnished music in the background as you want. Oh, you know it. And all the soda you want too. Any flavor. We'll get Ace to try it too. She'd hate that. Maybe, but it's okay, because we'd be trying it together. And that's what's important, right? Yeah. As long as you're good with company, you can do anything. And we'll do anything you like. That's a promise.
Oh God, I don't want to die. I'm not ready. I can't die being this kind of person. I can't die letting down my family like this. I just want to go see them again.
Oh, is that what you really want? I can certainly arrange that.
What?
What?
Everyone, get ready for the heart-pounding execution of Dracul Tremblay, the ultimate dungeon master. Let's give him one last chance to be a hero. Better make it count, Dracul.
Hold on! No, wait!
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Oh God. What world? Oh, heck, nah. Oh, his family's. Oh. Ah, heck, nah, we're playing foul, bro. Foul. Families ain't even foul. Foul on the field. Foul on the field. Who even stabbed him? Who stabbed him? I got so much questions. Oh my god, I'm gonna be sick. Holy shit. That was one of the side effects, right? Wasn't actually. Nope. Well, 100% legit. You wouldn't skip on that. Most people would only tune in for the executions and bodies. So you gotta put out all the stops for them. So much of a budget you got for this thing. Wait, if it's all legitimate, then it's family. Hey, that's not fair. They haven't done anything to deserve it. Are you sick in the head? You spat so much about this being what we deserve, wanting to punish us for our crime, but I mean, you're just as bad. Threatening our loved ones? Doing that? To their close family? How are we meant to look like the bad guys here? God, I swear like this is the third time we've had this conversation. Your crimes just didn't affect you. If you want others getting hurt, you should have done it in the first place. Just what he deserved, if you ask me. So desperate to be their savior, their killer, killing despite being a massive coward and vain attempt to save them. In his last moments, he must have been crushed thinking about what he did. Just thinking about what he'd let them all down. Stop. It's horrible. If he wasn't prepared to face the consequences, he shouldn't have killed someone. That's the end of it. What the fuck, Ezekiel? I thought you were against the whole gaming thing. I am. That's why I didn't exactly give them what they wanted, what like Dracul did. Can you give him at least a bit of respect? I'm saying, bro. Like, even if you didn't like him, like, that's his whole family, bro. He was a murderer. Get the hell over yourself. You show him a bit of respect, like, and act like a murderer was justified. Oh my god, I can't read. What the hell was that anyways? Acting all buddy-buddy with him after you learned what he did. Treating like he had no other choice. Like he was just as much as a victim as Mint. I just wanted to bring him peace in his final moments, man. It's called being human. That's all it was, huh? It was all for him, wasn't it? God, you're really starting to miss me. I lost 2 friends today, bro. Sorry I've handled this poorly. I just don't know what to think. You don't get to say he was your friend when you're so willing to throw him out like that. Lyra's eyes seemed to flash with pity. She looked up looked away, then bit her lip. In the end, I knew they had something of a point. As awful as it was, even if I trampled on Mint's memory, I wanted to believe Jackal had the best intentions in mind. Maybe that's why I followed along with Ismene and accused Maiko, even though I know she wasn't the killer. I just don't know where to go with all this. I don't understand. We have to keep on living. Simple as that. But what if? We'll make sure nothing like this ever happens again. She's right. We just gotta give it our all and we can get through this. Lingering in our sound is not gonna help anyone. It's just gonna breed fear and that's gonna make the thing a whole more scary. Saki's right. We can't just let it divide us. Yeah, totally. I think we should all just be best buds for life and put all past our little scuffles behind us. What do you say? Okay, maybe not all. That's a good idea. Let's just get along. Maybe if we can act the audience really nicely, they'll vote us as worthy of redemption and we can just live happily along, right? You're nuts. Like, I'm all for getting all buddy-buddy, not to make things actually more difficult for one another, but let's act like all of us deserve that second chance. But I don't know what I'd do to get a second chance. Just say you. If we give you a second chance, you won't pull Isabel and start acting self-righteous. At least now she has only one hypocrite defending her. Zeke, now is not the time. Why? Still, regardless of Ani's voting. I promise to dedicate myself to finding a way out of here and preventing future casualties. Well, good luck. I ain't playing babysitter here. Sion might be dead, boo, I'm just saying. You can do whatever you like. Just don't expect to get me involved. Oh, there's nothing to worry about that, boo. We know you're more of a baby stabber than a babysitter. Oh, you're still upset about that? I really don't want to grieve talk on this, but you did stab me. I don't think that's something people get over quickly. Yeah, I can't win them all. Now if this is all racked up, I'll be back on my way. Yes, you will be to your cell. Oh. Given your recent behavior, I feel it would be best to keep an eye on you for the foreseeable future so you don't ensure to attempt to harm anyone further. Jesus Christ, I'm not living this down anytime soon, am I? No, you're not. Whatever. As long as you don't switch out. Who's watching over me? I'd get bored to death if it was just one person. I do need a man to monitor Santil's injuries and continue with my plans. Very well. I'll sort out a proper rotation later. For now, just keep an eye out. I'll just keep an eye out on you. When I go, are we allowed to leave? Be my guest! Very well. Come to myself if any of you need anything. We gotta keep an eye on him for sure from now on. Yeah, he's like major bad news. How's everyone else holding up, by the way? Bad. God damn it. I thought finding who killed him would make me feel better, but all it's done is just piss me off more. Hey, how about we get out of here? It would do you good to go. I don't know, do something put your mind off things? Like what? You hungry or something? Yeah, low-key, we got like every single breakfast item poison right now. Yeah, no offense, but whatever that suicide pact was, I'm gonna be making my own food. Well, okay, sorry about that. Nothing personal, just better safe than sorry. Can you even make anything? I've never seen you cook. Depends on what you like. Can you make pancakes? I can give him my best shot. He's really gone, isn't he? I'm so sorry. I'm fine, really. I'm fine. You don't have to be. I can imagine what you're feeling right now. Listen, it's... Gosh, just stop crowding around me. I'm fine, really. Just wanted to. Really. Fine. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, buddy. Hey, I'm gonna head back. You wanna join me? Alright. Did not have to kill his family, bro. Hold on. What on earth do you want? I just wanted to clarify something. I don't want there being any misconceptions. While everything else in the execution was real, the corpses of his family were fake. Okay, okay. Not that he would have been able to tell the difference, but still. Why are you telling us this? If it was up to me, we wouldn't invite anyone else's happening lives. I don't care about hurting ornaments, but I have no interest in the lives of regular people. Ultimates will always be scum to me. Nothing can change that. This isn't me giving you either of you special treatment. But they're corrupted by their positions. It isn't something inherently wrong with them. Those related to those people typically like nothing. They are half as wicked. At worst, they're just complicit. I'm living proof. My dad was ultimate. I'd rather burn the place down than become anything like that man. Now, get out of my office. Please, just don't laugh at me. Why on earth would I? Trusting people again? Letting them back in? What a joke. So stupid, Shinky. It's okay. So am I. Why are you still following me? What happened to you? Only kept you around to keep Draco close. I don't know who else to go to now. I hate myself when I'm like this. Weak, fragile, unable to take being left, shattered. I don't want people seeing me like this again. I don't want to ever feel like this again. I don't want to be around anyone. I don't want to trust anyone. I don't want to be betrayed again. I thought I could shut myself in, forget about it, forget it all about him. But after knowing what he did, he killed someone. I still miss him. Why does it hurt? Why do I still want someone to be near? Because you're human, just like me. I don't think either of us makes sense. I think we just want what's best for us and familiar's comfortable. Still, I can't risk losing anyone again. So maybe it's best that you and I... sorry to interrupt. Takiko, can we help you? It's probably not the best time, but Dracul dropped his bag before his cleanup when we were leaving, but...
These dropped off. I managed to grab them. I thought maybe you two would like to keep them. I can't imagine how you feel about him right now. But sometimes, even if you hate someone, you don't want to forget them. So, if you'd like, please take them.
I couldn't possibly... No, that would be too disrespectful. It shouldn't mean anything to me anymore. I just want to shove him down like Dakota. Or... Is that really what you wish to do? Then don't take it for him. Huh? We'll take one each, to remind us of what we lost. Is this meant to make me feel better? It'll remind us not to do what he did. That way, anytime things here get tough, or we're not sure what to do, we can just always look at the pins, and be reminded of our promise. What promise? Our promise not to give into this game, not to kill anyone, not to leave the other person entirely alone. You better not make a fool of me and break this promise, Kutsuki. Of course. So life went on. Of course, we'd never be able to forget what we lost. The person would always be quieter. And there would always be a silent sense of longing for more time. But despite everything, we'd keep on living. It wasn't that we'd forget, or that would all go back to normal. Life would always be different. But in the different, we could find moments of joy, moments that made time relentless and much more bearable. That man Fu was going through it, bro. Moments that just made us smile, despite everything. It always continued to move. From you, I don't get that luxury.
Hello, prisoners. I figured we could have an exciting end to such a heart-pounding day. Sorry for springing this on you, but what's life without a little surprise, Raise your sense of adventure. So I'm happy to start our second episode of...
They're an ultimate. Of course they did it.
Of course they did it. They're an ultimate. We've had so much boy-on-boy action lately. It's unfair. Especially since people in today's games typically tend to give the men way more attention anyways. I thought we'd balance it out a bit by focusing on 3 girls today. Let's all come together to celebrate some women's wrongs. Our 3 lovely ladies we'll be exposing today are Prisoner 02, Lyra Chattel, Prisoner 04, Takiko Uchiyama, and Prisoner 12, Molly Yuzuki.
Molly? Okay.
Wait, she calls herself Maiko around you, doesn't she? Oops, slip of the tongue.
Okay.
But we'll unpack that later. Let's get started on seeing what exactly landed Prisoner 02, Lyra Chattel, where she is now. If she didn't make it obvious from the constant talk about popping Xanax and who knows what, ever since she was very, very young, Lyra has always had a proclivity for substances, let's just say. Who cares what it is? Who cares how it's made? If it exists, Lyra wants to try it. But these things cost money, and so instead of taking up a shitty minimum wage job as a teenager, Lyra sourced her money elsewhere, primarily from selling, distributing, and dealing these substances, upcharging and padding them out however she could.
She's probably gonna be voted for redemption. It's not
Of
even
course,
that bad.
doing this sort of thing often leads you to get in hot water with some not-so-nice people. But whenever things got too dicey, Lyra would put on the puppy eyes and play up the poor homeless teenage girl trying her best who just got dealt a bad hand act to get whoever she could to take her in. Of course, she had no intentions of actually changing. If anything, she saw the poor sods stupid enough to take her in as potential customers. And if not that, people to take the fall if her past caught up to her or she got into hot water in whatever new place she landed herself in, ditching them just as quickly as she joined them, abandoning them without a word to cover her debts or face the consequences of her pissing the wrong person off, just to continue the same old cycle again and again with whoever would next take her in. This cycle only broke when she was offered her talent, a title she was only offered because Hopespeak wanted to shut up her criticisms of the Ultimate system. Her little radio debates spread the anti-Ultimate message no matter where she was. For a while, she was a great asset in the cause. But it's unsurprising given her history that all it took for Hopespeak to shut her up was supplying any drug she wanted, free of charge. No matter what she says, she'll always jump the fence whenever the grass looks greener on the other side. Anyway, let's move on just as quickly as Lyra does and talk about what Prisoner 04, Takiko Uchiyama, has done. You might be wondering, how could someone as sweet and young as her be a criminal? She's only 18. What could she have possibly done? You can practically already hear her fans running to defend her. Speaking of those fans, Takiko is aware of how overprotective, rabid, and obsessed her fanbase is. She's similarly aware that if she even mentions someone was rude to her or hurt her in any sort of way, even vaguely, her fandom will always rush to harass whoever that person is. So whenever some adult online annoyed Takiko, frustrated her, or even creeped her out, she took to sending out a little message on one of her socials about them, acting as cute and unaware as always, and lets her fanbase do the rest. Whether it be death threats, harassment, doxing, Takiko doesn't particularly care for the specifics. She just likes knowing she has the power to do it. She likes having that level of control. She must do. Why else would she continue to do it? Especially after how many times she's seen her fanbase make someone private all their socials, or much worse, in one or two cases. But I suppose in her eyes, if someone was harassed to the point of suicide, then they probably deserved it. If people had nothing to harass them over, her fanbase wouldn't bring them to that point. They were probably just a creep or weirdo who's better off gone. Well, we all tell ourselves what we want to hear to justify our actions. Now enough of everyone's favorite internet idol who claims in a parasocial sibling relationship with their fanbase. Let's talk about a wannabe idol, Molly Yuzuki. Oh, Molly. You've always been so desperate to fit in. Never feeling quite American, never feeling quite Japanese, stuck between two worlds, just like your ex-friend. I say ex because you haven't seen her in many years, have you? She cut you off a while ago. How about we see why, exactly? since you were a child, you've always adored Yui. She was everything you couldn't be. Driven, determined, and confident in herself. You wanted to be close to her in any way you can. You changed your name to Maiko to be Japanese, just like hers. You felt you could do anything, as long as she was with you. So, when you learned you'd gotten scouted, you didn't want to leave her behind. So knowing Yui was determined to push through the idol industry and establish herself as a successful idol on her own terms despite the barriers, you thought you could help her get an ultimate. Sabotaging all the competition. Anytime there was a contender for Ultimate Idol, you would do anything to end their career.
She might get vote corrupt.
Online cancellation attempts, trying to get them blacklisted, stalking, blackmailing them, tampering with backstage production that caused career-ending injuries on stage. That spotlight that you made crush that idol, you got her hospitalized. She was only 16. Molly, you have ruined countless lives trying to get Yui a title. A title she eventually got by you trampling all over her dreams of doing it by herself, navigating the industry on her own terms. So why were you so surprised after you'd revealed all the awful things you'd done to Yui that she was horrified? You just couldn't accept, I never want to see you again, could you? That's why you still insist she's your best friend. It's why you cyberstalk her and follow everything she does online to an obsessive degree. You are desperate for her to see you again, and aware your desperation is what caused you to be hated by her in the first place. And that concludes our second episode of Course They Did It! Fair and Ultimate! Hope you enjoyed, or were at least a little surprised. Don't forget to vote on whether you believe they are each corrupt or worthy of redemption. I can't wait to see how these three are judged. I'll see you again soon.
Yeah, Loki, Lyra didn't even do anything that bad. Sakiko or whatchamacallit. Aside from Lyra, I say the other two to be. I consider the other two to be very good people. Should be too surprised we're all criminals, but I didn't know it could be that bad. Shocked by their cool, or maybe wonder if there's any other good person in this prison. Couldn't think about it for long enough. As when I stopped to try and check on him after all the crimes were revealed, I felt the exhaustion, blah blah blah. Go to sleep. Dracul, did I ever know who he really was? I didn't know his real crime. It would be awful if for all I know. And if he was willing to lie about that, then what else did he? I just didn't want to think anymore. So clutching the pin, I fell back on my bed and closed my eyes and went to sleep.
God, this homework is killing me. What's the point in getting good grades if I'm just gonna end up working a shitty fast food job no matter what degree I get?
No, tell me about it. I want to drop out and become an influencer, but my stupid rich mom wants me to stay in school and get a good job.
I mean, with them getting rid of subsidized healthcare, it's probably a good idea if you don't want to, die.
Ooh, why can't I just marry a rich guy? I know feminism and all, but it would make my life so much easier. Wait, I heard something. Did your brother just come home?
Yeah, probably. But he'll just go straight to his room. Don't...
What? No way. I wanted to meet him.
Why? He's just a loser who writes books all day. Can't hold a conversation to save his life.
Hello? He's literally Shinku Kutsuki. He's the ultimate crime novelist. I love his books.
Oh, he's gonna be loaded, right? Kari? How would you feel about me being your sister-in-law?
No way. Ew! Whatever, don't mind him. Let's just get on with this stupid homework.
Well, to be honest, I only really came over because I wanted to meet him.
Very funny.
We can't just not meet him now. I'm not going to be able to focus on maths knowing there's a celebrity upstairs.
Oh, let's get him to help with the homework. He'll be able to figure this stuff out for sure.
Totally. I'm so excited.
Alright, I am ending the recording here. I gotta go somewhere in 2 minutes. I'm gonna make this short. I was really not expecting Dracul to die that early. I was expecting him to potentially like die in chapter 3 or something, cause like, you know, he seemed to contribute a lot to Shinku's character, but no. I guess he's dead. But I guess he's kinda like Sayaka in a way, like how she was important to Makoto inside the actual official game. So yeah, just that. I mean, anyways, I'm gonna have a good rest of my day. You guys have a good rest of your day, you know? I am just going to kick back, relax, and say goodbye.